There's a moment in every person's life when being ordinary becomes more painful than the risk of becoming extraordinary. Picture this. 100 soldiers march into battle. 10 shouldn't even be there. 80 become targets. 9 do most of the fighting. But one, just one, becomes a warrior. This isn't just about war. This is the mathematics of life itself. Somewhere in the pre-dawn darkness, while the world sleeps, legends are being forged. Kobe Bryant arrives at breakfast, not to eat, but because he's already completed his workout. Ice packs on his knees, sweat-drenched, having pushed his body beyond what seems humanly possible just days after falling short of a championship. This is what separates the 1% from everyone else. They work hardest when they have the least reason to. But here's what nobody tells you about transformation. It begins with disgust. There comes a day when being mediocre, being average, becomes so sickening that you can't stomach it for one more second. You watch childhood friends with less talent surpass you. You see opportunities slip through fingers that were never quite ready to grasp them. That's when the spark ignites, not from inspiration, but from desperation. Vincent van Gogh once said he dedicated his life to his art and lost his mind in the process. To regular society, to those who clock in at 9 and out at 5, losing your mind sounds terrifying. But what if losing your mind to ordinary thinking is the only way to find your extraordinary self? The world becomes your library when you know what you're seeking. Every conversation, every book, every failure becomes a lesson in the craft you're mastering. But most people don't know what they're seeking. They drift through life collecting experiences instead of building expertise. David Goggins understood something profound. You must become the person who embraces the ugly, the miserable, the grinding work that others avoid. When Muhammad Ali grabbed George Foreman and whispered, "Is that all you got?" he wasn't just talking to Foreman. He was speaking to the voice inside every champion that asks whether they've truly given everything. Your mind must be stronger than your feelings. Every single day, your feelings keep you in bed while your mind tells you to rise. Your feelings crave comfort while your mind demands growth. The central part of any champion's training isn't the physical work. It's dodging the nightclubs, the parties, the easy pleasures that promise temporary satisfaction but deliver permanent regret. There are two forms of pain in this life: the pain that breaks you and the pain that changes you. The pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Later in life, you won't remember the exhaustion, the sacrifice, the moments when you wanted to quit. You'll only remember whether you made it through or gave up when it mattered most. The unfulfilled potential is the story of most people's lives. They carry within them someone extraordinary, someone capable of remarkable things, but they never unwrap that potential because it requires too much pain and commitment. They're afraid of failing, afraid of starting something they might not finish, afraid of discovering they're not who they thought they were. But imagine living your life as if there's a documentary crew following you around, recording every decision, every moment of weakness or strength. Would your story inspire someone else to push beyond their limits? Would your children look at that footage with pride? The winners in life do more than expected every single time. They show up 10 times more than average people. They have unreasonable expectations of themselves because they understand a fundamental truth: you can outwork anything. If you lack talent, you can't wait for the perfect moment. You must start now, and when you finish, start again. Rest at the end, not in the middle. The world is your oyster, but only if you're willing to dive deep enough to find the pearl. Behind every fear is the person you want to become. Face that fear, and you realize it was never as big as you imagined. Overcome it, and you discover what else you're capable of. This is your life. You're the captain, the master, the general. Don't give control to anyone else. The moment you decide that being ordinary is no longer an option, that's when the real story begins. The question isn't whether you have potential, you do. The question is whether you'll unwrap it or let it die with you. What documentary are you creating with your life? Share this with someone who needs to hear it, and start writing your extraordinary story today.